Hello once again. I'm truly amazed how few views I get on this channel, especially with over 700 subscribers. I'm not sure what's going on there. Is it someone that doesn't like my opinions? And they are only opinions of just observations of this crazy world we live in. And I don't see the need for any sort of censorship. Are we living in 1984 in 2026? I don't know. But please like and subscribe to help the algorithm spread what I think is common sense. Anyway, my song for today is written by a very famous musician who happens to be blind when he had an epiphany in life. And the video says it all. I'll leave you to watch it, and it's under more in descriptions. Now, human history is a tapestry woven with the threads of pride and downfall across cultures and centuries, and the warning constantly repeats itself. Nemesis always follows hubris. And we whisper it in proverbs and parables. Pride comes before a fall. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Too big for his boots. Yet humanity seems unable to resist testing the limits of its own arrogance and stupidity. And each generation writes its own version of the same cautionary tale. And the pattern is easy to trace. Icarus, if you remember the parable, is captured by the thrill of flight, and he ignores his father's warning and climbs too high, only to plunge into the sea. The mighty Titanic, labelled as unsinkable, now lies rusting at the bottom of the Atlantic, a monument to displaced faith in human engineering and a captain's arrogance. Napoleon's army, once unstoppable, freezes in the Russian snow. A century later, Germany's invasion of the same land repeats the same mistake. And today the arrogance is being repeated by hubristic leaders who completely ignore history, but they still dare to repeat it. How stupid can they be? And pride binds the powerful. Nature, time, and reality patiently wait to deliver the punishment, and it will. In leadership, hubris operates just like a drug. The longer one holds on to power, the easier it is to become mistaken, and mistaken confidence for certainty. These people are surrounded by yes men, reluctant to challenge them or just plain scared. Leaders then begin to believe in their own myth. Advice turns into noise, caution into cowardice, and this intoxication of power clouds judgment and turns strength into folly. But the downfall rarely arrives suddenly. It creeps in step by step, while the leader still smiles at the reflection in the pond, just as Narcissus did. And now we face a very modern incarnation of this ancient weakness, the rise of artificial intelligence, which, being artificial, isn't actually intelligence. It has given leaders a new kind of toy, one many of them treat as a magic bullet for every economic and social problem. They dream of automating away costs, labour, even human unpredictability itself. Yet that same overconfidence risks erasing the human elements: empathy, creativity, moral understanding, that no algorithm can replicate. In chasing efficiency, leaders too often forget that machines can learn patterns, but not values or morals. And irony is sharp. In trying to prove our control over creation, we risk losing control of ourselves. Hubris once lifted Icarus skyward. Today it powers servers instead of wings. Our technologies extend our reach, but not always as our wisdom. And the story of human folly continues. New tools, same temptation. And so the question echoes through time: who will save us from ourselves? The fact is, we humans have a natural inclination to behave recklessly and mostly pay the price. But sometimes, just sometimes, we get away with it. We can only hope that this is one of those times when humanity comes to its senses, and this preacher will keep on preaching, as a Luddite, if you prefer. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.